I wanted to start this episode off with a few quick updates that I've been making off camera. Now, as you can see in the background, the mob farm is now completely gone. It just wasn't producing the way that I thought it would, and I never really used it. I have other plans for this area, which is why I took down the iron farm as well. I AFK'd a little bit and stocked up all the iron I think I'll need at least for the time being. And I'm gonna replace that iron farm with something a little bigger. And I just wanted to move it to a different area and make it match the design of the pyramid uh, just a little more. And I think this area right around here is where I'm going to put it. But that is going to have to wait because right now I'm on the lookout for an ocean monument. And by the end of this episode, the plan is to have a working guardian farm. Okay, the monument should be over here. I jumped out of the boat a little early because I made the mistake of getting a little too close with my boat last time and died. Okay, there it is. And there is my boat. Yeah, lesson learned. I think I'm going to set up a base camp a little further away. And yeah, I think this island over here is going to be good. I'm going to grab some milk just in case I need to cure mining fatigue from the Elder Guardians. It's not guaranteed to work because they can just reapply the mining fatigue after you cure yourself, but I believe it is always a good idea to come prepared, especially when trying to conquer an ocean monument. I think I'm as prepared as I can be. I have my potion of water breathing, invisibility, and I have my TNT. Well, fingers crossed. Really hope this goes well. And I'm at the tree farm. Well, I think this is going to be one really long walk back in the dark. Never mind. Let's go sleep. And problem solved. I created this temporary base right over top of the Guardian farm so that I could have access to anything that I need here in my ender chest so I don't have to keep going back. And I have all the building blocks that I think I will need to complete this. Any temporary blocks. A brewing station, a crafting bench, furnaces in case I need to dry sponges or smelt any extra glass. And most importantly, I have a portal so I can quickly get back and forth because this Guardian farm is pretty far away and making the trek back, it does take quite a bit of time. Oh, and I can't forget the bed. That's going to be important because I have a feeling we are going to be respawning here many, many more times. Oh, and before I forget, I want to set up a conduit. I'm going to be spending a lot of time underwater, and to be honest, creating breathing potions takes a lot of time, and they don't last very long, and I think it'd just be a lot easier. All right, here's a quick update on the progress so far. I'm working on the top section of the Guardian farm, and this right here is going to be the tube where the Guardians will drop into the collection system. The tube will go all the way down to the floor of the ocean and into some hoppers. But I'm coming over here, checking on the progress. I've actually been collecting all of the kelp I've been clearing out and turning it into dried kelp and into dried kelp blocks just to use as fuel. And I keep that running in the background just to make good use of time because building this and laying down all the glass does take quite a bit of time. And I checked back the footage and I didn't actually mention this, but I'm building the Cup Fan Guardian farm and I decided to go with the smaller one just because of how big this project actually is. I thought maybe just for my solo world that the smaller one would be good enough. And we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't turn out to be as good as I think it'll be, then not a big deal. We'll definitely change it, but that is what I decided to go with so far. So I just started to put down the fence gates on the first layer, and it has already occurred to me how incredibly useful a tree farm has been. I just spent, maybe 20 minutes over there farming up some wood to make all of the fence gates that I think I'll need. And there's going to be a lot that I'll have to place. There's going to be many layers of these gates, and this is what will funnel all of the Guardians down into the collection system. And I might be placing these for a few days at this point. Yeah, I think eventually I'll get the hang of that. Well, the farm is now done, but I'm noticing there might be a slight problem and I can't figure out what it is. Noticed a few things have been happening. One, the Guardians seem to be able to swim against the current and they fight it a little bit and don't actually funnel in very fast. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of Guardians coming up into the water stream, which is weird because I was expecting a lot more than this. So there might be something wrong with the soul sand that I placed. Maybe there's some water sources that are not there. I'm pretty sure everything is a water source. And another issue is I noticed that the Guardians can actually now swim in the lava. So a lot of them die even before they make it to the collection. So that's going to be a problem. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. The Guardians just seem to hang out in the bubble column, and I don't think that should be happening. So let me see if turning particles back on helps at all. Not really. See, I can't tell if this is just how the particles render because I have so many of them, or if the parts with no bubbles actually mean there's no bubble columns or there's no source blocks. And I'll just quickly make my way down into where the collection system is underground here and just check and see what the rates are. And I suspect it's not going to be very high. Okay, we got a couple through that were on fire, which is good. And I don't seem to have very many items. This farm, I think, has been running for just over an hour, and these weren't the rates I was expecting. Well, following the theme of many of the builds that I have been working on, I'm starting to think it's time for Plan B. And the new plan is starting to come together now. Everything from the old farm has now been removed. I've covered the entire ocean monument with glass and brought it now up to sea level, and this is so that I can use the entire spawning area of the farm. I didn't think I would need it before, but I'm starting to think, I might as well just do it. And I wanted to place that one lower. My hands are starting to get a little bit numb from placing all that glass. And I think I forgot how to use a keyboard at this point. And next what I have to do is go under here and complete the portals. And each one of these portals is going to be placed 4 blocks apart. And how this will work is that the entire bottom of the ocean monument is going to be covered in soul sand. And once the guardians spawn, they will shoot up to the top, hit the ceiling, and then there will be a water stream on either side of the portal, and it will push the guardians right into the portal, where they will take fall damage. All their items will be processed, aligned, shot back through another portal, into a water stream, and then finally into a filtered collection system and into the chests in the overworld. And this is the very simplified version of a farm designed by Nenbon, and if you're interested in the full build, I will post the link in the description below. Well, I have a lot more blocks to place, and as you can see, a lot of the inside has to be filled in, and I still have the entire collection system to build. So I think what I'm going to do is show the rest of the build in a third-person time-lapse. And the farm is now complete. Well, mostly complete. I still need to decorate, but wow, look at all of those items just flowing through. And this farm is working way better than I thought it was going to. And to be honest, I think I really, really underestimated how big I needed to build the collection system. Um, because look at that, all of these items, pretty much all of them now, are just going into the cactus and completely being wasted. So I think sometime in the near future, I'm going to have to expand this. And another thought I had is come up with a way to turn off the farm so that no items come through. Not exactly sure how I'm going to accomplish that yet, but that sounds like it's going to be a project for another time. But let me jump down here real quick and give you a little tour. You can see that all of these chests are now pretty much filled up. There's maybe a few spots left that still have to be filled in. And check this out. I think there's 24 chests of raw cod, and I was on the calculator just before starting to record, and that's 24 full double chests, which is just over 41,000 raw cod. And of course, that calculation was done with single chests. With the double chest, the number is actually just under 83,000. Just thought I would make that slight correction. I have no idea what I'm going to need that for. Maybe trading? That might be a good idea. We'll see. But yeah, just wow. I'm just really blown away by how efficient this farm is. Let me just sleep real quick, and then I'll jump down and show you what it looks like down here. I put in all of the sea lanterns, which were built on all of the drops that this farm produced, which was great, because I was able to complete that in no time. It's super laggy here because of all the bubble columns, but if I can back up a little bit, you might be able to see some of the guardians that are spawning and going into the nether. If I just stay still for a little bit. And maybe I'm too close. There we go. You can see some shooting up there, and it's pretty fast. As soon as they go into the nether, it frees up the mob cap, and then more guardians can spawn almost immediately, which is great. Makes this farm very fast and very efficient. And let me quickly jump down here. And this is the portal where the items come back from the nether into the water stream and then back up into the collection system. And you can see they come in pretty regularly. And I am, as you can see, wearing my golden helmet because in between recordings I did upgrade to 1.16.3 just to see if this worked. And that's why I'm wearing this. And you can probably tell by the chat log I was killed by a piglin because I forgot to do that. So this is actually the second time recording this. But let me quickly jump over here and see if we can catch some guardians dropping. And there they go. Okay, so you can see that the guardians drop down on either side. So there is a platform on both sides where the guardians are supposed to die. Not sure what happened there, but this circuit here is based on a design by Rayworks. I changed it a little bit to move the timing mechanism to the back because it would interfere where it was in the original design, is right where that portal needed to be. And this was meant to shoot items across hoppers into filters into a collection system, but I kind of repurposed this to shoot it across the ice back into the portal, which works really, really well. And I'm not sure if that's going to be a problem or not. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Well, I think that is all I'm going to have time for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one.